Hi, so
Hey, how are you?
good evening.
Good evening. Thanks for joining again. Yesterday was it
I'm
yesterday?
good.
Was it yesterday we did this, or was it the day before?
I had you say something like that's the lady we were talking about yesterday, and I'm surprised. Do you want to give me money? Is there something? Is there an appointment?
I was talking to I was just talking to people listening about how yesterday we were talking about certain decision making points and manifestation and all that, and explaining to them that you decided to come and join me on the live. But I was trying to explain the process of decisions, right, and how decisions rules in everything we do, and it fits in the hand it fits like a glove in the hands of leaders, right? You didn't have to, but you made a decision to, right? Because there is an expected result. Like in this case now, you are asking if I'm going to give you some money. That's your result you're expecting. I'm not going to give you any money. That's not going to help. That's not going to help. That's not going to. So you got your alignment wrong. Yeah. What's going to happen is that you're going to get some.
This maybe I should have asked
You're gonna get some knowledge. You get some knowledge. That's how about that? You get some infused knowledge. No money attached to this.
Knowledge helps. After president doesn't have financial certificate. What are you saying?
Well, fair enough. But the truth of the matter is, to be fair, judging on the fact that we have to have a desire, have an intention, and then cap it up with a decision is what we're really all about, and is what I've really laid down. But I've been here for an hour. I'm just really wrapping up. That's making it clear that we can't get past these three things. This bad boys here. The first one is this one. That's that decision. That's that first one. Always at the top. There's always a first decision to every situation that makes life better, sad, worse, or brilliant. There's always a first decision to it. And I'd use that analogy during, people who have relationships and that. And then decisions. Because from that first one, you're going to have lots of other decisions. So I'll break it down, for instance. So the first decision is that one decision that when you make, we subsequently make other decisions fall into place to suit you. Or rather, inevitably, make other decisions fall into place to suit you. The key word there is it will suit you. As one thing we don't know is whatever kind of decision we make at some point, as long as we own it, it will suit us, whether it's good or bad. But then again, you can say I made a wrong decision, but you will still go back to why you made the decision, and you will say, yeah, I own it. So it suited you at that time. And then there's more decisions after that. So you're climbing that. So there's decisions. These things determine your destiny. These things shape your destiny. These things decide whether you're going to be this or whether you're going to be that. Either yours, theirs, or the third. So anyhow, there's somebody making this thing, either you or you want to be the one making it. And I use the term that we are decisive relics. That's what we're going to be labeled when we are gone. We'll be like, these people just made decisions, yeah? Like, if you come back here in 500 years' time, you're going to see things that we've left behind, right? Because none of us is going to be around except you've taken your brain and put it in some kind of computer chip, and you start telling people the stories. Or unless we perfect what we're doing in that island in Honduras now, there's an island there where we're trying to see if we can extend life, right? They're trying to push it to 190. So if they perfect that one, they can push it. Maybe, who knows? We'll be like the crocodiles and giving ourselves, the sharks, giving ourselves 300-500 years span. So when we get to a point where we've maybe in 1,000 years, because we still refer to stuff in 1,000 years, we look at these relics and be like, oh, this guy just made decisions. Okay, we're here now. We still cannot explain the pyramids, for instance. Now, everybody knows that we don't know how the pyramids were built, but somebody made a decision to build it. That's the one we cannot argue with. Now, why they made that decision, we don't know. But we know that for a fact that this thing is there. That's the relic. That's decisive. When I say we are decisive relics, everybody knows that this thing is there, but nobody knows why they decided to build it, or rather, who decided to build it. And I use the analogy as well when I introduced the framework at work called the first decision using the agile methodology, and introduced during our, stand-up meetings, I said, look, if we're going to kick off a product, let's figure out what the first decision we're going to deal with here, so we can always come back to this during the discovery session. So imagine if they did that for the pyramids. If they were going to build the pyramids, they had a conversation, maybe 4 guys in a room having a chat, and like, we're going to build this huge thing. But what do we build it for? Well, let's make a decision. And they sat down and they decided to do it. And they did it. They got their results. You see that deciding results, which I said is the first way to start mapping out decisions. That's what they did. And it's as old as the Sphinx, as old as the Pyramid of Giza is there for us to see that this is somebody's decision, anyhow you look at it. So when I say these things are dangerous, these things are powerful, these things are passions, these things are pains, these things are pleasures, these things are destinies, it's exactly what we're talking about. How you map it within your own psyche is entirely up to you, but there's no better way than mastering it. So when you master it and you can mold your own kind of framework, then it becomes a wow factor for the decision maker. I hope I've given you value for your time. Hope you've enjoyed the conversation. Feel free to play around with the content. All the content there is all about decision making. How, today is a fantastic day to decide. Honestly, and that apply. It could be you. My favorite phrase these days, I ran into there's a guy who sends me this message almost every day, right? And I don't get to listen to it. Like you get your messages, but I started listening to it recently, and he always says, I don't know who needs to hear this. And I thought, wow, I needed to hear this on this particular day. But the day I decided to listen to it, I got stuck to it. So now I'm going about saying stuff that I know that's in my head or I've read about, and I'll be like, I don't know who needs to hear this today, for instance. But if you're going to desire something, you have to have an intention before you make a decision, right? So if you're going to desire if you're going to say I did something, so let me rephrase it. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're going to say I did something, you have to have a desire, you have to have an intention, and then you have to decide after that. That is the only triangle that you can come up and hold your chest and say, I did it. But you have to own it. Because when you do something, people see through that. When someone says, I did it, they see through it. That means you had the desire to do it. You had the intention to do it. And you had the decision to align all those things. Whether you did it for good or did it for bad is inconsequential in this regard. The fact of the matter is you did it. And that's power. And that's why there is power in the decision.